A long time ago in a vibrant village by the sea called Sekondi, situated along the golden shores of the Fanti Kingdom, the people were proud of their culture and traditions, especially one old unbreakable rule. No one from Sekondi could marry anyone from the Ewe Kingdom. This law was born from an ancient feud, a grudge carried through generations like whispers on the wind. One day, a stranger named Nuna, who is a healer, was passing through the bustling market in Sekondi. Nuna was tall, handsome, and soft-spoken, with gentle eyes that held secrets of the forest. He had traveled far, in search of rare herbs that grew only in Sekondi's lush forests. To most villagers, Nuna was just another stranger passing through. But those who looked closer saw something different, a quiet wisdom and a calm that set him apart. Life in Sekondi was lively, markets buzzing with traders, festivals bursting with color, and music that flowed through the streets. But soon a shadow fell over the village. The beloved king had fallen gravely ill. The chief priest, with all his chants and potions, could not heal him. Despair seeped into every corner of the village. Because when a king is sick, the whole kingdom suffers. One morning, as Nuna wandered through the lively marketplace, he overheard women whispering anxiously about the king's illness. Their words stopped him in his tracks. Could he help? Was it his place to interfere? And without hesitation, Nuna rushed back to his small hut, gathered his healing herbs, and made his way to the palace gates. The guards looked at him warily. "I am Nuna, a healer," he told the guards. "I believe I can help your king." They quickly let him in. Inside the grand palace, Nuna found the king, weak and pale, his breaths shallow. The queen stood by, tears streaming down her face. Nuna moved swiftly, mixing and grinding his herbs, pouring his heart into every stir of the pot. "Give this to the king every evening for 3 days," he instructed softly. "By dawn on the 3rd day, he will be well." And just as Nuna promised, on that 3rd day at dawn, the king rose from his bed, strong and smiling, his laughter echoing through the halls. The news of his miraculous recovery spread like wildfire through the village. In gratitude, the king threw a grand feast, filling the palace with music, food, and dancing. The king summoned Nuna to the palace. "You saved my life," the king declared, his voice echoing with gratitude. "Name your reward, and it shall be yours." Nuna bowed his head humbly. "Your Majesty, I need no reward. Healing is my gift, and I am glad to share it." Among the nobles stood Princess Kukua, the king's only daughter, beautiful, bold, with a spirit that matched the ocean waves. She had watched Nuna quietly, her heart stirred by his humility and courage. That evening, she approached her father. After the feast, she went to her father. "Father," she said softly, "I wish to marry Nuna." The king's eyebrows lifted in surprise. "Are you certain, my daughter? Marriage is a sacred bond." King turned to Nuna, his gaze probing but kind. "Do you feel the same for my daughter?" Nuna's heart thudded in his chest. "Yes, Your Majesty," he answered, unable to hide the affection in his voice. The king was overjoyed and eager to see his daughter happy, announced their engagement. The village celebrated with music, dancing, and the smell of roasted meat wafting through the night. But as Nuna and Kukua spent time together, learning each other's stories, their laughter echoing across the palace gardens. One quiet afternoon, as they strolled by the beach, Kukua looked deeply into Nuna's eyes. "Where are you from, Nuna? I know you're not from Sekondi." Nuna hesitated, but he could not lie to her. "I am from the Ewe Kingdom," he said softly. Kukua's eyes widened, her hand flying to her mouth. "The Ewe Kingdom," she whispered, fear creeping into her voice. "This cannot be. The law forbids us from marrying anyone from there." Fear wrapped around them like a cold mist. They knew the villagers would never accept their love. If the truth came out, Nuna would be banished, maybe worse. Still, they dared to hope, to dream of a future together. But secrets are like seeds. They grow and spread. The chief priest, suspicious of Nuna's origins, uncovered the truth and stormed into the palace. On the eve of their wedding, his voice thundering through the halls. "This man is an Ewe," he shouted. "He has broken our sacred law." Gasps filled the room. The king looked at Nuna with a mixture of pain and betrayal. "Is this true?" Nuna stood tall, his voice steady. "Yes, Your Majesty. But my love for Kukua is true. I would never harm your kingdom. Chaos erupted, elders calling for exile, Kukua pleading with her father, tears streaming down her face. The king, torn between love for his daughter and loyalty to tradition, spoke with a heavy heart. Nuna, you saved my life, and for that, I owe you everything. But our laws are clear. You must leave Sekondi and never return. Kukua's cries echoed through the palace as Nuna was led away, his eyes never leaving hers. Their love, forbidden yet fierce, had challenged the very foundation of Sekondi's traditions. Years later, their story lived on, a tale whispered by elders around village fires. The people of Sekondi began to question the old ways, their hearts softened by the memory of Nuna and Kukua's love, planting seeds of change and hope for future generations. And though Nuna and Kukua could never be together, their love lived on, showing everyone that even the oldest wounds could heal. Love, after all, is the most powerful healer. Moral of the story: love can heal wounds that history cannot, but true change requires courage. It reminds us that unity and understanding are stronger than fear and tradition. The end. Let us know what you think about this story in the comments section below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more amazing stories like this.